Hello everyone, my name is Gaurav Kumar and I had recently completed my MTech from IIT Delhi. So today we are discussing about the why fab plant need massive HVAC systems inside the semiconductor fab plant. Okay, so have you ever wondered why semiconductor chip factories cost billions of dollars and why does a factory need hospital level air times 100? Yes, the fact is the air system alone inside a semiconductor fab can change be a larger and more expensive than the production equipment itself. Okay, so in your mind, you thought that what is the semiconductor fab? Semiconductor fab is nothing but where the computer chips are manufactured and the chips power the smartphones, laptop, electrical vehicles, and nowadays you heard about the chat GPT and any AI systems are go. Why is AI systems working? Because of the chips are manufactured in semiconductor fab plant. Okay, and satellite are also uses semiconductor chip. To understand how small is that, so a air, suppose like an example, a human ear about 70,000 nanometer wide, but a modern chip feature 3 to 5 nanometers. Okay, so we compare these two and you find out 70,000 nanometer a human one hair, okay, and a modern chip 3 to 5 nanometer. So that means a microscopic dust particles can destroy an entire chip. Okay, so that's why the clean room must needed a ISO class 1 to 5 cleanness levels and HVAC system continuously filtered using ultra pure air filter to maintain particle free conditions. Okay, and why is ultra clean air requirement? Because in normal outdoor air there is a millions of particles per cubic meters, but inside semiconductor clean room dust must be almost zero, bacteria must be under control, chemical contamination must be prevented. So that's why we uses ISO class 1 to 5 cleanness levels. Okay, to visualize this, an operating theater allow thousands of particles, but a semiconductor fab allow only a few. So that's why the fab uses ultra ultra clean air requirement and laminar airflow sealing and sealed cleanroom environment. The HVAC systems continuously filter and recirculate air every few seconds. Okay, that's why the HVAC system is a crucial part of our the fab plant. It's a giant air purification machine that helps to make a chip. Okay, that happens to make a chip. Come to the next slide. Massive airflow to remove particles. Here the shocking part is that clean room don't just need a clean air. They need huge amount of volume of a clean air. Thousands of fan filter unit push air from the ceiling downward in a smooth flow. What is the air flow in that pushes particles to the floor and remove contamination instantly and keeps tools and wafers clean. That's why we use massive airflow systems in semiconductor fab. And this happens 24 into 7 hours. Okay, that's why the fab HVAC ducts are enormous. Some fabs are more air than entire airport or shopping malls. Okay, you can compare it with the airport and shopping malls. The fab are uses most clean air and much massive airflow requirement as compared to airport or shopping malls. Okay, so air is refiltered every time and the continuous airflow removes particles every second. Okay, and the study shows that clean room HVAC is extremely energy intensive because of huge airflow volume and filtration resistance. So now come to the what is the temperature requirement in fab building. Okay, so in the fab building temperature requirement is around 21 degrees Celsius. You can also say that 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. Okay, so tolerance sometimes plus minus 1 degree Celsius or in some have plus minus 0.5%. Why so restrict? In your mind, you can say thought like that. Why so strict? Because wafer expand or shrink with temperatures. Okay, so we have to make the chips with the help of the wafers. So even a tiny expansion can cause alignment errors in lithography, pattern distortions, defective chips with worth millions. Okay, if one chips and 1,000 chips worth millions, that's why we use the strictly temperatures around 21 degrees Celsius, and if you allow only less than plus minus 0.5%. Just for the example, imagine printing a microscopic circuit. Any thermal fluctuation ruins the precision. Okay, so that the HVAC system must cool large temperature and maintain constant air temperatures. Okay, so HVAC must provide extremely stable temperature to avoid defect. So HVAC is a crucial part of the fab plant. Is a crucial part. You can also say that the equipment. You can also say that the mechanism in the fab plant. So come to the next slide. Humidity control. So why we need humidity control? Because if humidity is too low, so then static electricity buildup and electrostatic discharge can destroy chip instantly. Okay, this is for the too low temperature, too low humidity, and if the humidity is too high, then chemical react unpredictably and corrosion and contamination increases. That's why so fab maintain careful controllable humidity levels, typically around 40 to 60%. Okay, so too low means static electricity chip damage, too high means corrosion and chemical instability. So a stable humidity prevent electrostatic discharge, oxidation, and process variability. Okay, so to do this, SVAC systems include industrial humidifiers, dehumidifiers, moisture sensor everywhere. Even small fluctuations are unacceptable. Okay, so you can think like that. So chemical exhaust and safety ventilation in semiconductor uses solvent, toxic gases, plasma etching chemicals, and protect workers. Chip manufacturing uses dangerous chemicals like which dangerous chemicals? Strong acid, toxic gases, solvent, plasma etching material, and without proper ventilations, what should what would be happen what will be happen workers would be at risk, equipment could collide, and contamination would ruin by wafers. So fab uses exhaust ventilation systems, fume hood, and wet benches. Okay, so now the most crucial part is that the HVAC largest energy consumer in the fab. Why? Because of all of this, because of several parameters: non-stop filtration, huge airflow, precise cooling, humidity control, chemical exhaustings. So that the research are also showing that the HVAC can consume 30 to 65% of the total fab electricity. Okay, you can imagine that if fab plant where only the HVAC equipment can consume 30 to 65% of the total fab electricity. So this is why companies are investing in heavily in AI based HVAC optimization, smart sensors, and predictive airflow control. Even a 5% efficiency improvement can save millions of dollars annually. So that's why we need some improvement in HVAC systems. Okay, and so the next time you heard about that the semiconductor fab costing billions, remember it's just not of making chips. It's about the maintaining one of the cleanest, most controlled indoor environment on the earth. And this is exactly why semi smart building, AI energy optimizations, intelligent HVAC systems are becoming the critical technology for the future of semiconductor manufacturing. Okay, so if you enjoyed the deep dive into semiconductor fabs, like this video, comment fab if you want a part 2 on how chip are actually manufactured. Subscribe for more engineering, AI, and semiconductor insight, because the future is not just built with silicon, it builds with precise air. Thank you so much. Have a good day.